And welcome back to Ray's Honest Airgun Reviews. This is episode 6. In this episode, I'm going to be reviewing a very renowned German manufacturer's air rifle. There's lots of different models of this gun, so I'm just going to do a quick review on one of their models. So let's get into it. So this week's review is about the HW100. So the Weihrauch HW100 first come out in 2004, I believe. The first prototype and model came out in 2004. Which is obviously 20 odd years ago now. They've not changed the actual design of the rifle very much, which is obviously quite a relief because, you know, these are quite, they're renowned to be workhorses. What has changed is the different styles of stocks now and the different variants of this rifle. So it started off with the, I think it was a beech or maybe even a different walnut thumbhole stock, a bit like the one on this model here. And that was the first thumbhole model, and then they also designed it with a sporting stock, so they got rid of the thumbhole and it's got a sporter stock. Then they basically moved on to a different model, which is the carbine model. So this one's actually the HW100KT. Now the K stands for carbine and the T stands for the thumbhole. So they do a rifle and a K and a KT and an S, I do believe. The other thing that what they changed on the later models is this is a dovetail mount. They've always had a dovetail on, 11mm dovetail, but now they've actually put in a Picatinny mount that can screws down. There's 3 holes on top of the dovetail, which actually screws down onto there, so you can fit Picatinny mounts. I've not fitted this on here because I think that's the only downfall with buying the HW100 is the mount, the Picatinny mount that you can screw on is actually made out of plastic, and I do not believe really that putting metal onto plastic mount on a plastic mount Picatinny isn't the greatest idea, and I think that's the only thing that actually lets the HW100 down. The other thing is they have, I'll just spin this round, is they basically now come with a biathlon lever. The earlier ones didn't, so that just unscrews there. You can take it off or you can fit it, and you've got yourself a biathlon lever on there now. So to fill the HW100, it has been the same throughout all the years for the last 20 years. There is a little plug on the end of the rifle just here, which you take out. You can get it out, and you've got a probe that goes into there, and you fill it up to 190 bar or 200 bar. Once you've done your filling, you take that back out and you put the plug back in. Now there's a little manometer on the end that tells you what level of fill pressure you're at, which is a great little addition as well. They've always had them on as well, to be fair. Now the HW100 also comes with its HW100 silencer. Now these have been around for ages. I think like this is probably the Mark II or Mark III. I know they've brought different shapes and designs, but I still believe it's the same technology it was originally in the Mark I, the old hair curler sort of thing. So I believe that's still actually in there. Now the trigger is 2-stage. It's got a very, very nice first stage, then goes to second stage, and it's a very prominent, obviously, pull on the second stage. Now the different stock variations, there's different stock. There's obviously your walnut stocks and there's laminate stocks, and I believe the anniversary model, they do a red model, 125 year, and they've also done a black pepper stock. The good thing about these later stocks is it's actually got a push button there, so you can raise up and down the cheek piece if you need to adjust yourself for the scope. Makes it really nice little addition, that does. Then also they've put a little kick out just here. I believe that's to for your bag rider, so obviously you can put a bag on the back to help you balance her out. So what we're going to do now I spoke a little bit about that, we'll get a target out at 30 yards and give it a go on the range. Right, so the HW100 comes with 2 supplied magazines. Now I believe this is the very, very simplest magazine system out there. It's not going to break, there's no little windows to open, and there's no, obviously, little springs to break. This is just a machined piece of metal with an O-ring around to hold your pellet in place. The pellets I've chosen for this accuracy test, I mean, there's lots of, well, I'll say there's lots. This is a 20 cal, and there's only about 5 different brands that make 20 cal now, but I decided to use the Field and Target trophies. I seem to get the best groups with them, so I'm going to choose them today. The other calibers are 177, 20, 22 and 25. I also think, correct me if I'm wrong, they made something called an FSB, which stands for fully shrouded barrel. So that means obviously you've got a nice shroud around your barrel, and I believe that's got a silencer attachment on it as well to adapt the silencer to it. So I'm going to load the magazine up right now, and I'll get it loaded up, and we'll have 5 shots at 25 yards, and see what kind of grouping we get. To load the HW magazine, it's really easy. It's nose first into the little serrated side of the magazine. You just pop it in, and that's it, and a little O-ring holds it in place. I did actually say 25 yards on a second ago. It's actually 30 yards we put a target out at, so we're going to give that a test out to 30 yards once I've loaded this up. It's also got a little line on the magazine there. I don't know if you'll see that. That basically tells you, if you keep looking, instead of having numbers on the magazine or something like that, it tells you when your magazine's going to be empty. If you look on the side of the gun. Now to load it, all you do is you pull your cocking lever back until it clicks. There's a little button there that pulls obviously the magazine rotate around. You push your magazine home, push that rotation mechanism forward, push that forward, and then you're ready to go. Now there also is a safety catch on the HW100. It's on the other side, it's on this side, and it's a little lever backwards and forwards, so you can hear that. So red is live, white is safe. So we'll make it live again, and we're going to have the 5 shots now. Right, let's go to target and see how we got on. 5 shots at 30 yard with the HW100. Thumbnail, pellet on pellet. Now, the accuracy of this gun, and they've always been great guns. I can't really explain how accurate they are. They are just basically the ultimate workhorse. I've never really heard anything bad about the HW100. The only thing that I did forget to say is in the KT model, which this model is, I'm getting about 4 to 5 magazines. The magazines are 14 shot magazines, so I'm not actually getting that many shots so down at the range with it before you have to charge it back up. In a hunting scenario, which was actually designed for, you're not going to go out and shoot over 50 things. If you are, you're talking some serious rat shooting. The most I've ever shot is 15 or 18, I think, in one sitting, and I couldn't really carry all the rabbits home anyway. So, you know, you've got more than enough shots in most hunting scenarios, but down at the range, you're going to be filling your gun up quite regular. Marks out of 10 on this. I'm going to give this a solid 9 because it's been out for over 20 years now. There has been quite a lot of variants of it. They've made it better over the course of the years as well by adding little tweaks to it and little bits and bobs. So yeah, it's got a solid 9 from me. I would recommend to buy this gun if you was going to use this gun for hunting. It is the ultimate hunter, and I think it always will be, to be fair. They are just a great gun. So thumbs up to Weihrauch for that. Thank you for watching this little short review on the HW100KT. It's much appreciated. So I'll see you next week, guys, and thank you very much for watching. Cheers.